Welcome to the Geeks Attic. This is a Star Wars Expanded Universe book review of Kenobi. Kenobi recently received a reprint with a new cover. It's got a banner across the top that reads Essential Legends Collection. Thank you, Del Rey, for sending out this copy for me to review. Star Wars Kenobi was written by New York Times Bestselling Author John Jackson Miller. This novel takes place in the Rise of the Empire era in the Expanded Universe timeline. It follows the events of Revenge of the Sith and takes place about 19 years before the Battle of Yavin. So let's go ahead and get into a brief summary. After the fall of the Republic and the dismantling of the Jedi Order, Obi-Wan Kenobi has taken Anakin and Padme's infant son, Luke Skywalker, to Tatooine. Now, Kenobi takes him out to this Outer Rim world, hoping that he will be out of the Empire's reach. Here, Kenobi must keep out of trouble and try to bring as little attention to himself as possible. Now, Tusken Raiders, they roam the desert of Tatooine, and they view the settlers there in the Judland Wastes as parasites that need to be removed. One Tusken Raider leader, York, is determined to rid the land of the disgusting creatures, which, the settlers. This particular Tusken stands out among the rest and is known to the settlers as Plug-Eye. The Tusken Raiders would often attack settlements and homes in the desert, looting resources that they found useful. Now, the people in the area created this Settler's Call, which is an alert system that would sound off this Krayt Dragon sound, and the people would band together and go out and defend the victims of the Tusken Raiders. In this tale, the settlers in the Pika Oasis must defend their lives and their livelihood. Trouble seems to follow this new stranger that strolls into the oasis. Now, can this newcomer be trusted, or does this stranger bring more trouble than they had before? Next, I would typically be doing a character segment where I'd pick 1, 2, or 3 characters to talk about, but I think I'm going to do away with that here at the Geeks Attic, push it somewhere else. If that's a problem, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll put up a poll, but we're just going to get into my overall thoughts now. So did I like Kenobi? Honestly, yes, I did. A lot. It was very fun. It was very entertaining. Seeing Kenobi out of his element, surrounded by common folks that saw him as the stranger, this weirdo, a hermit, a drifter, just like living out alone, talking to himself in the desert. Kenobi's interaction with one of the other main characters, Annalene, was very entertaining. There's this obvious attraction between the two. However, Kenobi has to be a weirdo and hold on to his oath to the Jedi Order, which forbids attachment, but it is understandable because he has his mind elsewhere. He's got to keep an eye on this boy, and he can't get involved out in the middle of the desert with other people. The book would go into these high, lighthearted moments, but then it would sink down into these dark places. Overall, I would say that it had a pretty good balance when it came to evoking particular emotions. John Jackson Miller touches on some familiar story points, such as the Lars family and the event that took place in Attack of the Clones. More specifically, the Attack of the Clones novelization when Shmi was taken by Tusken Raiders. Now, I really loved that moment because it really anchors the story into the previous material, specifically Star Wars books. It's also mentioned that Owen Lars really doesn't like Ben Kenobi, and I find that very interesting, and I wish that we had more of the reasons as to why. There are meditation segments in this story, which I really enjoyed all of those moments. They were actually very emotional as well. You got Kenobi alone out in the desert trying to commune with his old master Qui-Gon Jinn. I mean, those moments, they were sad, and they really make you connect with Kenobi. It really makes him feel human. You got the galaxy crumbling around him, and he was there. He was at the fall of the Republic. He tried to save it, but his failure and that of the Jedi Order just changed galactic affairs for many years to come. It's a heavy burden. Overall, story was absolutely fantastic. It's gritty. It contains some pretty dark moments, but it also does have some light humor sprinkled throughout. Now, toward the end, it did get a little weird. I mean, I don't really have anything negative to say, other than, there were some parts that were a little cheesy, but the end got a little bit Twilight Zone-ish. But that's it. John Jackson Miller created characters that were worth investing in. He did an outstanding job in this book. So do I recommend that you pick up and read Star Wars Kenobi by John Jackson Miller? Yes. I highly recommend that you pick up this book. It's full of great character, and it's, it takes place in an interesting time in the Star Wars timeline. I give this book an A+. Guys, check me out at thegeeksaddict.com and across all social media at The Geeks Attic. Have a good one.